right-hand side of the defense for the Baby Lions. They call them Baby Lioness. Back to Chaka. To the goalkeeper, Velman Abuire. He's not conceded a goal in the last 5. Abuire, denied Abuire, and almost made a blunder, almost gifting one of the prolific goal scorers, Tanzanu Ange, an opportunity to score his 6th goal of the campaign.
Yeah, that was a show of indecision there from the Uyeta High School alumni. Velma Abuire now plays for Ulinzi Starlets.
Big pound forward. It's a good run by Brenda Cheng. Quickly intercepted into the midfield. Tiwa Melon. Control. Jangu. Tries to find Ngong. That is a poor pass that's being intercepted. Again, a poor touch from the Kenyans. Ngalimbida. Long punt driven away by Okumu. Good run by Brenda Cheng. Brenda, and good interception from Gwendinde, with Brenda Cheng just waiting to score her 3rd goal of the campaign, but solid defending there from the Cameroonian Baby Lioness.
I tend to think Brenda Cheng held onto the ball for too long. She had options to pass.
Again, looks like there was an offside call from the 2nd assistant referee on the far end, Makolo Olivia from Namibia. Ngali into the path of Tio Melots. Back to Ngali. The long punt forward. We're looking for Django into the midfield. He's twisting and turning. Delivery, absolute on the left-hand side to Valencia Joy Angela. Again, quick interception from a pass that was heading from Joan Ogola, one of the players who scored the 1st goal against Uganda in the 1st leg. Valencia in the box. Valencia again quickly cleared by Ngasa, who is playing a pivotal role in that central defense for the Baby Lioness. Is a throw-in by Okumu. And a poor touch by Okumu. The ball goes out. The ball goes out for a goal kick. What do you make of this in the 1st half?
In the 1st half, Valencia Angela having a very good first few minutes. The first 5 minutes, she's been terrorizing the right side of the Lionesses' defense, and it is good that Edna and Valencia also be very quick to release the balls, because at one point I saw Brenda just took too long to release the ball.
Genevieve Michel, the youngster from Nyakach Girls, tries to launch a long throw here, finding Brenda Ching, but the goalkeeper comes in quickly and punts the ball out for a corner kick. This is the 1st corner kick of the game, headed by poor defensive clearance by Mabu, the goalkeeper on the Cameroonian side.
Yeah, that is good.
Taken by Okumu, literally a left-footed player.
Yeah, that is good pressure from Kenya, getting the 1st corner before 7 minutes. They've been beginning to terrorize this Cameroonian defense very early in the game, trying to get an early goal.
Expected to be an in-swinger. That is Okumu on the left-hand side, preparing to bring in a cross to the junior starlets. A lot of movement there. The header, again cleared, not far away from the centre-back. And now Ngali Mbida with a clearance, intercepted by Okumu. Tries to play the ball back to a centre-back, Ochaka Elizabeth. Again, quick clearance from the Cameroonians. A poor clearance from the big Lauren Ilavonga. The Kenyans step up the gear. Again, another round by Brenda Cheng on the left-hand side. Brenda, John Ogola. And again, tries to bring a cross in, but the power behind the ball was too much, and it goes out for a goal kick. Kenya attacking from the left flank.
Yeah, I think they have seen some kind of highway coming in from Agogwe in jersey number 3 for Cameroon. They think there is a way they can bring in crosses from the left, and they have been attacking that left flank since the first minute.
Zoo. A long punt forward into the path of Tanzau Ange. Ange, the top scorer in the qualifiers. Ange, good clearance from Ochaka Elizabeth as they try to find their number 17 Halima Mbachi in the midfield. Oh, it's a good matchup. Okumu. Long throw. Looks like it didn't hit anybody, but the throw goes out. Will be retaken. The second assistant referee feels that the ball did not enter the pitch. Therefore, the throw-in will definitely be retaken. And I'm not sure what the baby lionesses have eaten today. I'm not sure whether they took the bitter leaf stew with groundnuts, they popularly call as ndole, or maybe the leafy green dish with waterloo and spinach, eaten with garu or fufu. They popularly refer to it as eru. Pearl will wait as they progress through the midfield. On the left, intercepted by Ochaka Elizabeth, donning jersey number 13 today for the junior starlets. As the captain herself, Halima Mbachi, tries to battle it out. A quick 1-2, Jangu Atuba. And there is a throw-in after Lorraine Ilavonga, one of the centre-backs playing alongside Ochaka Elizabeth, who plies her trade with Kenya Police Bullets. Midfield. Zua. Back to Tiwa. And a shot from a distance. Looks like the second assistant referee, Amukulu Olivia, saw something else, and there is an infringement against the Kenyan ladies.
Yeah, I think during the control there, Gong touched the ball with her arm, I guess. So in the 10th minute, there was a handball in the center of the Kenyan girls' starlets defense. Thus,
again, another throw-in on the left-hand side by Okumu. Most of the attacks from the Kenyan side looks like they're being launched on the left-hand side of the attack, with Okumu, who is flying a trade on the left back, being a Peruvian campaigner in as far as the Kenyan attack is concerned. Both teams have put out a 4-4-2 with 4 players in the middle, 4 players at the back, and 2 sharp players at the top. Tiwa Melong into the midfield, denied Ngalimbinda. Again, received by one of the most industrious players. A through pass to Brenda Cheng. Brenda! Oh, what a pass from the midfield by Halima Mbachi to Brenda Cheng, with only the goalkeeper to beat. She blasts the ball onto the crossbar in an event where everybody feels that that ball should have been heading to the goal.
That was definitely a big mistake from the Cameroonians that gave Halima the chance to ball over to Brenda, but I think she took too long to take the shot.
Well, it's nerves at this particular level. There is only one thing in common, that both teams are looking for that slot to be able to get to the World Cup in the 2025 that will be held in Morocco. And therefore, you expect that the young girls will definitely be nervous because of this very, very important match indeed. Halima Mbachi, again onto the left-hand side where Okumu is playing as a wing-back and not necessarily as an offensive player. Back to the captain, Halima Mbachi. It's a good one, Mbachi. Again, really did not hit the target. And clearly, the left-hand side doing a lot of damage to the Cameroonian baby lionesses.
Yes, Jean Dena Agogwe not really being able to get a hold of Brenda Acheng and Valencia Angela.
Wendinde. The long punt looking for T1 Melon. Denied again by Ochaka Elizabeth. Into the midfield. Still, the Cameroonians on the ball. Trying to find a way of outflanking the midfield that has been put up by Halima Imbachi and Bakari Mwanakombe. Short pass. Edna Nasifondi. Again, another good run by John Ogola. And this time round brought down just at the nick of time by Wendy Nde, who is playing a very, very solid role in the center of that Cameroonian Baby Lioness defense line. Throw-in. Intercepted. It's a battle of the midfield. Again, the ball goes out this time of the Kenyan player. And a sigh of relief from the Baby Lioness. Ngasa. Well, 14 minutes gone on the clock. If you're joining us from wherever you're joining us, it is the qualifying round. It's the final qualifying round of the 2025 World Cup Under-17 women between the host Kenya, the Harambee Junior Starlets, and the Cameroon Baby Lioness. I'll talk of Abire, Velma Abire from Wiyeta Girls. She's literally not considered a goal in the last 5 qualifying rounds of this campaign.
Yes, and she's not lost a match in 8 games. She has had 6 victories and 2 draws in international matches against Burundi, Uganda, Ethiopia, and Morocco, and she has only conceded 1 goal.
Solid defense by the Junior Starlets as they launch another attack through Okumu on the left-hand side. The long punt on the right, looking for Edna Nasipondi. Edna Nasipondi. Still Edna Nasipondi. Again, the midfield maestro counts in to check in Bakari Manakombo. Manakombo, one of the most industrious players from Ukunda. She flies a trade with Diani Queens in Ukunda. And she's still in school with Moroni Junior Secondary as they try to launch another attack on the left. Again, a lot of work that is being done by Zua on the right-hand side of that defense. She's really been the go-to person in as far as Baby Lionesses is concerned.
And they're really suffering in terms of defensive work. They are coming in from Valencia, Angela, Brenda Cheng, Edna Sipondi, Joanna Gola, really terrorizing the defense of the Baby Lionesses. It's only a matter of time before we see a goal here, because it looks like it's just a matter of when, not if.
Well, the Cameroonians are not taking any chances against the Kenya Junior Starlets as the two sides prepare to fight for a slot for the World Cup qualifiers that will be held in April 25th in Morocco. It's another throw-in. Again, the person to go and throw this one is the lady from the Kenya Police Bullets, Ochaka Elizabeth. I'm sure that she is a long thrower. Actually, it's a corner. The second corner for the national team as they found the long forward, and a good punt away from that corner by Mabu. She's really stood tall in that goal for the Baby Lioness for another throw-in by the Junior Starlets.
Yeah, it was a good float coming in from the right, and Jessica Mabu did very well to punch it away.
Genevieve with a long throw into the box. Cleared, intercepted by the captain, Halima Imbachi. Again, poor pass. Received on the first touch by Tanzu Ange. Ange, the top scorer with 5 goals in these qualifiers today. One of the most industrious center forwards that the Cameroon national team is putting out here. She flies a straight with the Bansu Sports Academy. Actually scored a hat-trick in the first leg against Egypt. And there she is again. Ange Zoo. The ball inside there from Gali. It's a poor touch, intercepted, cleared, not very far from Ngasa into the midfield. Again, good interception by Alima Mbachi, and she's brought down. And the referee, Nausiko Victoria Shangulia from Namibia, flashes a yellow card to the Cameroonian number 2, Ngasa. Halima Mbachi. Again, waiting for that long punt from the midfield by Mbachi. She tries to play the ball wide to look for Genevieve Michel, but there was too much power on the ball, and the ball rolls out for a throw-in. Ngasa, the youngster who has just gone into the referee's books with a yellow card. Ngasa plays the ball back to Zoo. Zoo onto the right. Ngali Bida into the midfield again. Back to the holding midfielder Wenjinde. Wenjinde onto the right. Ngali Bida with a long punt forward, intercepted by the long Ochak Elizabeth into the midfield. That's where the battle is. There's a long punt forward. Again, good clearance coming in from none other than Gali Bida, who has stood very, very tall in that defense for the Lioness. And the Kenya team looking for Edna Nasipondi's speed. Edna, who scored a crucial goal against Uganda. Genevieve Michel. Genevieve, still the ball is in play. It goes out this time round in favor of the Cameroonian Baby Lionesses. Mabu to the right, back to goalkeeper, trying to build from the back. Goalkeeper decides to go long into the midfield. Again, that is where the battle is, picked by Njongo Atuba. Still Njongo. Njongo to the left-hand side. Ngasa intercepted. Again, Cameroon pushing more numbers up as we witness quite a number of fans who have thronged the stadium to try and give support to both sides. So some of them having traveled all the way from Yaoundé in Cameroon, and some coming in from the nearby town in Kenya, that is Western, to come and try and help out in support of the ladies in red. Again, ball goes out as we head into the 21st minute. The scoreline still at 0-0. If you're joining us, is the FIFA Under-17 World Cup qualifiers, and whichever team wins both legs will definitely be moving to the 2025 as the ball is blooded in, and it's a good one. It's a hard miss by Tansu Ange. The goalkeeper coming out, Velma Abwire from Uyeta Girls, with a header. It's a flash of a header from one Tiwa Melong Lees, player who has one goal to a credit so far. That's a huge miss, Kirumba.
That is a huge miss, and it's a miscalculation between the goalkeeper and the defender, Lorraine Ilavonga. They did not communicate properly, and they should have lost a goal. And I have noticed that the Cameroonians have begun to settle into the game, and that will pose a lot of danger for the junior starlets.
Absolutely. Vince Valencia onto the left. Okumu with a long punt looking for Edna Nasipondi. Good response from the centre back. Again, looks like Nasipondi was already in an offside position. Nasipondi scored a crucial goal against Uganda. Nasipondi herself, one of the right wingers formerly of Uyeta Girls, scored in the first leg of this qualifier against Uganda. Mabu, the goalkeeper, trying to invite the Kenyan forwards in order to be able to get the penetrating passes through the midfield onto the right. Big punt forward, looking for the industrious Tanzanu Ange. Again, received in the middle. The maestro herself, Zoo. onto the left-hand side, looking for Ngasa. Ngasa, the dancing queen. It's a shot from a distance, not really a hard one to worry goalkeeper Velna Abwire. But the truth of the matter is the Cameroonians are now settling into the game. A big worry for coach Mildred Cheche, the coach of the year for 2024 in the Sawyer Awards. Again, Halima. And it's a battle between Halima Mbachi, Bakari Manikombo on the Kenyan side in the midfield against Tangu Otuba and Zoo, who are plying their trade right at the epicenter of that baby lionesses. It's a header. Intercepted. It's a quick one by Jongu Otuba. Again, battle in the midfield. They both go down. The referee waves play on and plays the ball back to jersey number 3, Agogo. Again to Wendinde. Agogo. Punts the ball forward looking for Tanzuange. Again, good clearance from the centre back, Lorini Lavonga. Elizabeth Ochaka, he comes from, plays actually for Kenya Police in the Kenya Premier League for the ladies.
Yeah, Kenya Women's Premier League.
It looks like there is a corner that has been conceded by the Harambee Stars Junior. You call them the Junior Starlets. And the corner will definitely be taken by none other than Agogo. Agogo, a diminutive right back on the Baby Lioness side. The header, again still not out of the woods! Oh, big mistake from Velda Abwire, who concedes her first goal in the 5 games. And the goal coming in at the nick of time from none other than the most prolific goal scorer on the Baby Lionesses side, with 3 goals to her credit in the qualifiers so far, Tiwa Melong Lees, who plies the trade with Liki Filas FC of Cameroon. And the revelation of the year 2024, Cameroon Ballon d'Or, scores the first goal for the Baby Lioness.
It is actually breathtaking. Coming in from a corner, 3 of Kenyan defenders almost marking themselves, but it was so easy to go up. The goalkeeper was nowhere near the goal. Tiwam along with the header, and that was very easy because it was actually the first corner for Cameroon.
Oh, the first corner for Cameroon. Good delivery from the right-hand side. Perfect header from Tiwa Melon as Cameroon take the lead in the first half of the under-17 women qualifiers. Can the Kenyans have the knack of coming back? It's 1-0.
The first really serious attack against Kenya bears a goal for Cameroon. It was only wise for the Starlets to take their chances early because football can be really brutal.
Well, we did talk about there are 5 players against 3, no one identifying any other. 3 players from Cameroon hanging in there all by themselves, including the scorer of the goal, Tiwa Melon Lees, to score her 4th goal of the campaign. Now, can we be able to bounce back? The team in red, the national team, the junior national team of the Harambee Starlets.
I think the Harambee Starlets should be able to kill off games and finish off games early, take their chances when they get them, because at this point in time, 1 goal for Cameroon would have been coming at the backdrop of 2 goals from Kenya. But since they did not take their chances early, now they trail by a 1-0 in Nairobi.
And that is the Deputy President of the Football Kenya Federation, the man popularly referred to as McDonald, Big Mac Mariga. He is in the house to follow the proceedings as the Kenya national team goes down in the 25th minute. Well, the Cameroonians were a little bit apprehensive after facing Uganda. Tanzania in 2022 got eliminated in the qualifiers and went on again to lose against Uganda in the year 2024. Remember, both teams, Tanzania and Uganda, come from the eastern part of Africa, and therefore coming into this game, they knew that this is where the talent is bred, and becoming more and more composed even as the game moves on. Big punt forward from Genevieve Michel. Again, proper reception in the midfield. It's a battle. Good control from the captain herself. Whew. She's rolling in that midfield. The little Tiwa Melong.
Yeah, she's really enjoying herself, having a very good game.
Ngasa, although diminutive, playing on the left-hand side of Wendy Nde, who is playing as a centre-back. Again, tries to head the ball wide. Still not very far from Edna Nasipondi. Edna against Wendy Nde, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. 30 minutes, 29 minutes to be precise, Peter Kirumba. Your take so far in this game?
Again, the Junior Starlets beginning to lose a lot of balls in the central areas of midfield. They're making it very easy for Tiwa Melong and Danjugwe Atuba to be able at least to lynch balls forward. One of them gave back to this corner that was taken so easily. Three of Kenyan defenders marking themselves there, ball watching, and the first big attack for Cameroon gives back to a goal. Now Kenya trail after starting very well in the first half. The last 10 minutes were very good for the Harambee Starlets.
Well, it's normally very difficult, especially when you're the host team and you're not able to take care of your chances. And as long as the visiting team settles into the game, then it becomes extremely difficult for the hosts to compete at that level. Well, 30 minutes with 15 minutes remaining on the clock. Even as Kenya look to the bench to see whether they can be able at least to bring in some fresh legs, as the number 7 Edna Nasipondi goes through the left-hand side into the midfield. Again denied. A long punt looking for Tiwa Melon. Tiwa Melon decides to let the ball roll off for a goal kick.
That is what we've been talking about, Gilbert, losing the ball very easily in the central areas of midfield. That is bringing a lot of pressure to the Kenyan defense.
Well, looks like they are withdrawing Brenda Cheng, and we should be able to tell you exactly who is coming in. I'll give you an insight on exactly who has come in, and looks like there's going to be a rejig in the midfield because Brenda Cheng was playing as a striker. Looks like Mildred Cheche has decided to boost the midfield, where a lot of balls have been lost. And that is the president of the Kenya Football Federation, Mr. Hussein Mohammed, sitting right there in the VIP box in a very, very pensive moment. There he is, and just right beside him is MacDonald Mariga, both the president and the deputy president of the Football Kenya Federation. They are in the house. Well, the ground is immaculate. They say in Africa, if you don't know, you don't know.
That is definitely a direct translation, Coach Selebwa.
So the surface is in immaculate shape. Remember, Kenya will be hosting the 2027 CHAN tournament right here at Nyayo National Stadium, and will also be hosting the AFCON, African Cup of Nations, in 2027. Big punt forward. Interception in the midfield. To the left, Joan Ogola. Again, denied. picked in the midfield by Ngalim Binda. Again, a good quick interception as a relief on the Junior Starlets side. Long punt. Again, trying to load the right-hand side where Agagu is flying her trade alongside Ngalim Binda. Well, there has been a midfield rejig there with Lindway Atieno donning jersey number 8, coming in for Brenda Cheng, and she has actually dropped into the midfield, Lindway Atieno, for the Junior Starlets. It's unfortunate for Brenda Cheng, who scored 2 crucial goals against Uganda in the qualifiers, and she really was not up to the task, missing a golden opportunity in the first few minutes of the game. And the coach, Bilde Cheche, decides that it's time to bring in another midfielder, Linde Atieno, to try and beef up that midfield. Imbachi. Another run on the midfield by Bakari Manakombo. To the right, Bakari. And brought down by none other than the lady donning number 12 Gong, who has withdrawn, and she actually goes into the bad books of the referee. 2 players from the Baby Lionesses, including Ngasa and Gong, have now gone into the referee's books. So definitely infringing on the Kenyan players.
Yeah, Bakari Manakombo is really causing them trouble in the center of midfield. And twice she has been infringed, and twice yellow cards have been produced against the Cameroonian girls.
Well, not very far from the 18-yard box. It's about 35 yards away, and they have actually called in one of their strong players, Ochaka Elizabeth, who plies a trade for Kenya Police Bullets in the Women Kenya Premier League, to try and utilize this opportunity from this distance. It's Elizabeth Ochaka versus Mabua. And it's a long punt that really did not hit the target and goes out for a goal kick.
Yeah, Elizabeth Ochaka believes in herself. We have seen her time and again hit them from a distance. This time only precision was missing in that one, but definitely we could see the idea. The idea was well noted. She was looking for the top corner. She couldn't find it. Precision missing. She took it too wide. She took it from below.
Well, Lindway Atieno comes from a school called Sunflower, and she was part of the last year's World Cup squad alongside the 8 others who are plying their trade today. Well, alongside Lindsay Atieno, Joan Ogola, Halima Imbachi, Bakari Manakombo, Genevieve Michel, Lorraine Ilavonga, Ochaka Elizabeth, and Velma Abwire formed part of the team that played in the 2024 World Cup qualifiers. So literally, Milde de Cheche preferring to continue her trade with the players that she believes will do duty for her this afternoon.
Yeah, she began with 5 players who played at the World Cup.
Lauren to Ochaka. Ochaka, Okumu. Okumu tries to play a long pass. Intercepted. Ochaka. Ochaka. Long punt. Forward, looking for Edna Nasipondi. Still Edna. Again, poor pass in the midfield, intercepted by the diminutive player donning jersey number 3 today, Agogu. Back to the goalkeeper, Mabo. Mbinda. Mabo. Agogu. With long punt forward. Again, quickly intercepted in the midfield as the Kenyans win the ball back. None of these two teams has clearly taken full control of that midfield as Halima Imbachi tries to play a trade on the right-hand side. It's a header. Genevieve Michel into the midfield. The path of Tanzu Wange, the most industrious player on the Baby Lioness, who has scored the lone goal so far for Cameroon this afternoon. Ngasa wins it and is a throw-in. Pensive moments from the president and the deputy president of the Football Kenya Federation. I'm told they are saying Mambo Bado.
Yeah, they look really concerned about the goings on the pitch.
And now, they have now settled. Agogo plays the ball back to goalkeeper Mabur. Mabur, she takes her time into the path of Ngasa. To the right-hand side, Ngali Mbinda. Mbinda goes down, and it's called for an infringement. Well, the Cameroonians taking full control. They are not in a hurry. The Kenyan players dropping back to try and play at the middle part of the pitch, and allowing Cameroon just to roll the ball around.
Yeah, Cameroon took quite a number of minutes to settle down, but once they settle down, now they are winning the ball in the midfield. They are streaming passes around. They are getting into the dangerous area of the Starlets, and this is causing a lot of concern.
Again, still causing a lot of concern, especially on the right-hand side, where Okumu is playing as straight as the left back. Again, picks it up to the left. Good run by John Ogola. Intercepted quickly by Zu. Back to the goalkeeper, Mabu. Mabu into the path of Wendinde. Mabu. Mabu to the right. Oh, they're playing some good tiki-taka football, the Cameroonians. Can they know that they are the 40th minute, only 5 more minutes remaining on the clock for the first half, as they take full control of that midfield. Into the path of the diminutive player, Zu. To the right, Ngasa. And brought down by Joan Ogola for an infringement. Really, Cameroon are on a serious note here, taking full control of this game. Peter Kirumba.
Yes, from the defense going forward, they are taking one pass at a time, taking control of the midfield areas, putting the ball on the ground, and that is becoming very difficult, especially for the midfielders from the Junior Starlet side. Manakombo Bakari, Halima Imbachi.
41 minutes as Angasa takes control on the left-hand side as the left back. Well, quite a number of dignitaries gracing the occasion. Into the midfield. Oh, little diminutive Ngalimbinda. To the path of Tiwa Melod. Tiwa! The ball really did not have the punch that was required, but causing some pensive moments for the Junior Starlets.
Yeah, they're becoming very creative there going forward, the Cameroonians. Becoming very, very creative, especially with Tiwa Melong and Ndule, jersey number 14. Really understanding each other's movements. Don't really need to see each other, just to know that on my left there is Tiwa Melong, so the passes are coming almost naturally.
The diminutive Bakari Mwanakombo. I'm sure her coach Mukasa must be somewhere watching this match, having one of his favorite drinks from Kamboni in Ukunda. Okumu, Charlie Ochaka, and again an infringement on the dangerous player Tiwa Melong. Tiwa Melong, the captain of the Baby Lionesses, flying a trade with the Lekki Pillars FC, played against Egypt, banging in the first goal, and probably the revelation of the year 2024 in the Cameroon and Ballon d'Or Awards. Again, from the right, Remember, it's from the right that they got that crucial goal as we head into the final minutes of the first half. Quite a number of players floating in there, including Tiwa Melong, including Gong, Tiwa Melong. A big punt straight to the goalkeeper. This time round, the delivery was very poor. 43 minutes on the clock with about 1.5 minutes remaining, Kirumba.
I think it was a bit too confident for the defender to take that Agogwe June Dena to take that free kick direct into goal. I think they're trying to test Velma Abuire. And there's a player on the ground. They're yet to know what caused that. Edna Wasipondi was there, but she left before the referee could even... Oh yes, there's a yellow card. And Tazanu is on the ground.
Oh, the yellow card has been flashed to Genevieve Michelle, the young girl from Nyakach Girls. As she causes an infringement on the most dangerous player on the pitch, Tanzanu Ange, who plies a trade with Vanson Sports Academy, has scored a hat-trick against Egypt in the first leg and is among the top scorers on the Baby Lionesses lineup alongside Tiwa Melong as they take a moment from coach Joseph Ndoko. 30 seconds remaining on the clock as we head to the halftime break. Kirumba, your assessment on the match generally?
Generally, the match for Kenya was started very, very well, causing a lot of trouble into the Cameroonian defense. The Baby Lionesses could not handle Valencia Angela and Brenda Acheng, but as time progressed in the center of midfield, we began to see Halima Imbachi and Manakombo Bakari getting a bit of tired legs and losing the balls in the center of midfield, which caused a corner that cost Kenya the goal. Not a very bad outing for Kenya, but at least they should be able to be a bit more clinical in the second half going forward.
I'll talk about being clinical in the second half as Genevieve Michelle is brought down. The referee feels that really there was nothing much, no pain at all, and allows the game to go on. There is 3 more added minutes in this game. Again, the ball launched forward into the path of jersey number 14, Valencia Angela. Valencia, and quick retreat there from Galim Binda, saving them from any flashes. Oh, that was a quick recovery from jersey number 18, Wenji Nde, who has been absolutely outstanding for the Baby Lionesses in the Cameroonian defense line.
Yeah, that one was easy, but we could see the best thing they could do is a 2-thronged defense against one Kenyan girl, which is what is going on here now, because Brenda Acheng has been left alone up front for Kenya.
Halima Imbachi. Again, an infringement on the midfield maestro, Halima Imbachi. She's really been the go-to girl in as far as the midfield is concerned. Halima Imbachi from Butere Girls, a central midfielder, was part of the last year's World Cup squad, the 2 times Kenya Secondary Schools champion with Butere Girls. Today manning the midfield so well for the junior starlets. Interception into the midfield by Wendinde. Again, a battle of the young ones. Zoo denied by Okumu on the left. Big fan forward, we're looking for Joan Ogolo, who has been very instrumental, especially in attack for the Harambe Junior Starlets. But this time round, the ball goes out for a throw-in. Well, we've already done 2 minutes of the added time with a few seconds remaining on the clock, as all the eyes are centered on the referee, Nosiko Victoria Shangula from Namibia. Beautiful play from Mavu. They are rolling the balls down towards Ngasa. Ngasa back into the midfield to Jangun Zoma. Into into the path of the master herself, but the center referee, Nausiku Victoria Shongulu from Namibia, has pulled the first counter to a close. Well, it's been an all-round game between the two youngsters from Cameroon and the junior talents from Kenya. And as we head to the halftime break, it's been a beautiful, beautiful outing. It started with some showers in the afternoon, but that did not deter us from going on with this match. Now, we are now turning into a very beautiful afternoon with the showers gone. As we invite you for the second half of this match. As we head to the final break, it is Kenya trailing the Baby Lioness from Cameroon by 1 goal to 0. A goal that was scored beautifully in the 25th minute by none other than Chiwa Melong Liu, who is the top scorer in this Cameroonian side. Big pickups by the Kenyan team with 5 defenders in that box, in the 6-yard box, and none of them marking the top scorer, and gives them a lifeline as we head to the halftime break. From us, it is Mr. Peter Kirumba, and I'm the lead commentator, Gilbert Mabisiwa. Don't touch that dial. We shall be back after the break.
Mechi hii ni mechi ya kufuzu kombe la dunia, mechi ya raundi ya 3, mkondo wa kwanza. This is the World Cup qualifier match between Kenya versus Cameroon, the third leg of the first leg of the qualifier of
the Cameroon Baby Lions had scored a crucial goal through one of their top scorers, Tiwa Melon-Lees, who has 4 goals to his credit in the 25th minute. It's the third round, and whoever wins both legs will definitely be heading or representing the continent as one of the 24 teams in the 2025 Under-17 World Cup qualifiers. Well, there has been some jittery, especially in the Junior Starlets defense line. And it looks like Midre Cheche will be looking at what she can be able to do in order to be able to rejig that midfield. There has been a big letdown to the Harambee Stars Junior Starlets this afternoon. Looks like from the last 15 minutes that we had in the first half, the Cameroon Baby Lionesses had dominantly been able to pull some few strings of passes against the Junior Starlets without any response. Will Midre Cheche bring in some new figures to try and rejig that midfield, or will Joseph Ndoko try to reorganize himself so that he can score a second goal and put this game beyond the Junior Starlets' reach? We are ready to head into the second half of this stanza with the center referee Nausiko Victoria Shangola from Namibia being aided by the first assistant Diana Chikotesha from Zambia, the second assistant Degatetua Amukulo Olivia from Namibia, and the fourth official Gloria Keke Sambumba from Zambia. The match commissioner for today's encounter is Aisha Nalule from Uganda. The referee assessor is Emanuela Grace Anglago. And there is the second substitution with jersey number 10 coming in, and Valencia Joe Angela giving way. We'll definitely tell you exactly who has gone out and who has come in. Definitely Valencia Joe Angela has come in. We should be able to give you the names in a few minutes. Well, even as the center referee, Nausika Victoria Shangola of Namibia, it is Kenya trailing Cameroon by 1-0. It is the second half of the qualifiers of the Under-17 2025 World Cup for the ladies. On the right-hand side, of course, I am in the company of a man I popularly refer to as PK, but you can call him as Peter Kirumba, occupying a bigger space or a bigger chunk of the commentary booth as they try to strike one from a distance. It actually hits the crossbar and not far wrong. The goalkeeper comes in again. Goalkeeper goalkeeper Mabu, after the introduction of the jersey number 10, has just come in and causing all sorts of problems for the Cameroon Baby Lioness. Fancy moments for the Cameroonians as the ball goes back to Velma Abu to the right hand side of Agoge. Agoge tries to play a long pass into the path of the diminutive player there, Zoo, but again Akumo stands very tall. It's a battle of the midfield. Jersey number 17, Ngalim Bida to the right hand side looking for Tanzanu Ange denied in the midfield, picked by the diminutive player. Very, very industrious, coming in with a lot of pomp here, Bakari Monakombe. And Patricia Asiko is the one who has just joined us. Patricia Asiko has taken in the place of Valencia Joe Angela, who was flying her trade as the center forward. Kurumba, your expectations in the second half?
If it goes the way it has just started, then there is a better prospects for Kenya. At least they are starting on a very high note with Patience Asiko coming in the very first minute and showing the intent very early for Kenya. As I said in the first half, the Junior Starlets need to be able to kill off teams early, take their chances early, because football can be very, very brutal at times, as we have seen in the first half. The Starlets missed their chances, and the only one chance that they got, the Lionesses of Cameroon got a goal. So as much as football can be very, very uncomfortable, the Junior Starlets need to take their chances.
Another run on the right by Edna Nasipondi. Edna, a good cross, not really hitting the target, but the Junior Starlets showing their intent from the first minute, with the introduction of Patience Asiko as striker, and also plays as a defender for the school, playing her trade for Butere Girls in Western. Also last year's Kenya Secondary Schools national joint top scorer with 4 goals. She also scored a crucial goal against Uganda in the return leg, and she is currently in second form at the Butere Girls School in Kakamega. Mabu. Again, trying to build the game from the back. Good pressure coming in from Lindway, and to the right, onto the left in Gaza. Gaza intercepted by Alima Imbachi. Alima, another very industrious player. Alima Imbachi, one of the most industrious players, alongside Patrice Patience Asiko, both of them playing their trade for Butere Girls, and she was also part of last year's World Cup squad. She is also the 2 times national Kenya Secondary Schools champion. Gaza, long punt. To the right, big punt forward. Again, another long run from the goalkeeper. She tries to clear the ball into the path of a very industrious player. It's a good one. Goalkeeper comes back, and that is a golden miss by none other than Patience Asiko, a girl from Butere. We've just been talking about how industrious she is, and Kenya loses another golden opportunity to be able to get onto the scoreboard. Oh, that's a huge miss.
That's
by the goalkeeper.
That's a big mistake by the goalkeeper. Patience alone with the keeper. Again, she still had chances to raise that ball above the keeper's head. The goalkeeper was already going down.
Well, we have another second half here, with both teams knowing that any mishaps will definitely put one behind, as Kenya continue marauding from the right hand side. Again, quick clearance from Wendy Nje, who is the second defender alongside Ngalim Binda in the Baby Lioness squad. To the left, Edna again tries to go up. Gaza in the midfield, another flicker from Wendy Nje. Again, not very far, taking full control of that midfield through Bakari Mwanakombo. Bakari onto the right hand side, Edna Nasipondi, and again the pass is too hard for her as Kenya continue putting pressure.
Yeah, Bakari Mwanakombo really mesmerizing that central midfield area since the first half. Really, sometimes even partnerships cannot match the kind of prowess this girl has. Bakari Mwanakombo, very good in control. Her body language when she wants to receive the ball is absolutely on top. As Mabu goes down, I don't think she's badly injured because I could see her move. Yeah, but at least there's a problem with her knee, and I think she'll have a little first aid there. But as we revisit the goal that Patience really didn't have a problem scoring, but she created a problem of her own, really. She should have done away with this one to give the Junior Starlets the equalizer. She was in a very big hurry to score. Sometimes it's good to be composed in the box, and that is what they lack there, the Junior Starlets, through Patience Asiko. But I believe that is the kind of quality that is needed here by Cheche to be able to give the Cameroon Baby Lionesses a run for their money in terms of defensive prowess.
Well, he said it. Joseph Doko said it. I missed it in 2022 against Tanzania. I went ahead and missed it in 2024 against Uganda. These two countries from East and Central Africa. I am playing another country from Eastern Central Africa, Kenya. I'm not going to lose this one. And he has put his charges at the full throttle of this football this afternoon at the Nyayo National Stadium. Even as Mildred Cheche tries to push her charges forward. And that is the goal. That is Mabu, jersey number 16, standing very, very tall for the Baby Lionesses in that Cameroonian goal. She is the last line of defense, doing great work, saving from close range twice as she received the back pass from her fellow player. Again, slows down the game. Agogo on the right. Long punt. Intercepted in the midfield by Halima Imbachi. Again, another diminutive player, Ngali Bida. Bida on the right hand side looking for Tiwa Melong. Tiwa Melong. Tiwa Melong. Melong all the way back to Ngasa. Ngasa again looking out for the diminutive Njangu Atuoba. Atuoba on the left hand side with a good one. Again, still in possession here. The danger man. Danger man being put closely checked by none other than Okumu, who's flying a trade on the left hand side of the defense in the backline 4 by the Junior Starlets. Again, another throw from Ngong. Ngong on the right hand side looking for none other than Tanzu Ange. Again, cleared into the midfield to the left. One player who has been very, very industrious, Okomo, who is flying her trade as the wing back today, being put to close check by Ngong, jersey number 12. And that is the try again by the goalkeeper, twice coming into action and denying the diminutive Patience Asiko from Butere Girls an opportunity to put Kenya.
Yeah, a very agile girl, a very fast on the takeoff. She's very fast on the takeoff.
Okumu with a long punch. In total control here, Edna Mashipondi has moved from the right hand side of the attack now, playing alongside Patience Asiko as the two center forwards. Big fan forward for Wendin J. Again, Akumu looking for the striker, Patience. Clearance intercepted by John Ochola, who is a little bit quiet in the first few minutes of the game, still in control here. Okumu with all the time in the world to bring a cross in! And again, Edna Nasipondi fails to control, but still in full control of this one as Agogo comes with at the nick of time to drop that attack for a throw-in. Genevieve Michel. Long punt. Edna Nashipondi in control, followed by Ngasa. By to Genevieve, and it's a corner awarded to the Junior Starlets. It looks like any moment from now things could happen from the way the Junior Starlets are playing.
Yeah, and if you see that ball that came in, I think Nasipondi was just afraid of being in an offside position, and that is why she took very late to take off. Otherwise, it was a good pass that would have ended somewhere.
Again, quite a number of Kenyans in the box, including Okumu. Elizabeth Ochaka, the center backs are there. Ochaka with a header, goalkeeper comes in. Maboon drops the ball away from danger. As the diminutive Bakari Monakobo comes in and quickly intercepted. Again, back to Okumu. Okumu, very, very strong left back, denied. Into the midfield. Again, looking for the diminutive Tiwa Melong on the right hand side. Tiwa, again intercepted. It's a good run, 50-50 run. Still in the path of the danger man, Tanzu. Cross comes in. Cross intercepted by the captain, Halima Imbaji. And the center referee, Nosiko Victoria Shangula from Namibia, calls for an infringement.
Yeah, it has become a high-octane game here. 56 minutes on the clock. But again, the intensity of the game has really been pumped up in the second half. The Junior Starlets of Kenya really coming up to look for an equalizer. But again, The Cameroonians, baby lionesses, really fighting tooth and nail to maintain their 1-0 lead, if not add more. With 57 minutes on the clock, and Halima Imbachi is down on the floor. That was a shot from Patience Asiko. Just less than 1 minute after she'd come in the second half. Good shot into the crossbar. With Mabu Jessica well beaten. And that was a real positive from the junior starlets of Kenya, trying to equalize at home. Because definitely they'll be going to Yaoundé on the 25th to face the same team that is really determined to get a win out of Nairobi.
Well, it's a fight for a place in the 24-nation tournament that will be held in Morocco towards the end of the year. It's a two-legged round. First round was being played in Nairobi, and the second one in Yaoundé as they try to launch an attack on the left-hand side, but John! Again, Joan Ogola with an opportunity against Uganda in the first leg where she scored an easy goal. She finds herself in a very prominent area and fails to beat Mabu for the third time running.
Yes, but it's a very good decision she had made. She was looking for the top corner really. She was under pressure from a defender. That was well executed, only the direction lacking. Very good football from the Kenyans.
Well, one thing that is really lacking in the Kenyan outfit is the goal-scoring prowess that has pushed them up to this point so far in these qualifiers, even as they continue mounting attack after attack. All the expensive moments here in Nyayo National Stadium with fans coming all over the place to try and boost the morale of these youngsters. As Genevieve Michel gets one on the right. It's a throw-in to Edna Nashipondi. Back again to Genevieve Michel with another throw-in, quickly thrown to Bakari Manakombo. Michel with a cross on the left! Oh, really, the cross is anticipated by quite a number of Kenyan players in red. But again, this time round, the cross did not meet up to the standards.
Was it really a cross or a shot? Because it was too hard for a cross. I don't think even myself would have put my head in it. But look at that. That was very good decision making, really. But at the end of the day, the direction was missing.
Looks like there is an infringement on the goalkeeper, Mabu. And the referee is quickly warning the goalkeeper and asking the goalkeeper to get up. She really doesn't feel like there was any infringement on goalkeeper Mabu. There's definitely some contact. Definitely some contact.
Very minimal.
Well, it can be very frustrating, especially for the host side, who are really looking for an equalizer for the Cameroonians to slow down the game as they try to punt the ball forward, looking for Tiwa Melong. Again, quick interception from the centre back, Elizabeth Ochaka, as they get a throw-in. Okumu, long punt forward, and it's a run to the left-hand side. Back pass again to goalkeeper. Wait, punts the ball away. Intercepted in the midfield by Joan Ogola. Plays the ball wide. Okumu. Long punt. Okumu into the box. Again, good clearance. Intercepted in the midfield by Njangu Otuba. Again, good play by the diminutive Kenya international Bakari Manakombo. Manakombo herself from Maroni Junior Secondary School in Ukunda and plays for the Diani Queens in Division 2. The coach, Mukasa, a very good old man and a teacher by profession. Again, Mabu goes down, just trying to slow down the game. It's 61 minutes on the clock, even as the Kenyan fans come out in numbers to try and see to it that they can be able to push the Harambee Junior Starlets into the second World Cup in trots.
Yeah, with Mabu with all manner of theatrics here. She seems very comfortable with one goal. She doesn't know or she doesn't remember that tables can turn in the game of football. Junior Starlets still taking the upper hand, looking like they need a goal more than the Cameroonian Baby Lionesses.
Okumu into the path of Joan Ochola. The two partnership between Okumu and Joan Ochola has really brought a lot of light into the left-hand side of the attack for the Kenya. Patience with the cross. Nashipondi! And again, Nashipondi with an opportunity to calm down in the box with the clock ticking, as evidenced by the one of the officials on the Cameroonian Baby Lionesses bench.
Yeah, that was a good cross coming in. At the same time, she was under pressure, Nashipondi. She thought of shooting from a distance, but she got the ball from below, and it was always going to go up.
Bakari Mwanakombo. Though diminutive, she has a lot of brains and a lot of football in that diminutive body. Only 16 years of age. One of the key players who was in the team that qualified in the 2024 World Cup. Last year, that was played in the Dominican Republic. It's a battle in the midfield. Again, quite numbers. Bakari Mwanakombo. And the ball is played back to goalkeeper Mabu. Into the path of Agogo. Agogo tries to clear the ball. Picked by Ngong. Ngong, as the referee stops play again with two players on the floor. Look like they are the two most prolific goal scorers on that side. I will be able to tell you exactly who it was or who it is as the clock ticks. 64 minutes gone, Kirumba, with about 31 minutes remaining. Not exactly 31, about 21 minutes remaining.
Yeah, it's about 27 minutes remaining.
Yeah, of course.
Plus add-ons.
26, 27 minutes remaining on the clock.
Still got a lot of football to play. 27 minutes is a long time in football. We got a lot of football to play here, as Kenya still trail by a goal to nil. A goal scored in the 25th minute by Tiwa Melong. There it is. 5 defenders really ball watching. A very unmarked Tiwa Melong in jersey number 9. One of the most prolific goal scorers for the Baby Lionesses of Cameroon, proving her prowess inside Nyayo Stadium in Nairobi in the 3rd round of the qualifiers for the Under-17 Women's World Cup. But as they say in football, it's never over until it's over. Gong again goes down.
Well, if you're joining us, we are at the Nyayo National Stadium in Kenya for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup or Women World Cup qualifiers between the Cameroon Baby Lioness and the Harambee Junior Starlets. A game that is being brought to you live by the live masters themselves. You can look at the quality of the pictures, the clarity and the focus. Absolutely outstanding. Well, I'm in the commentary booth by alongside the big man PK or Peter Kirumba. You can always call me or refer to me as Coach Gilbert Mabisi Serebua as we bring you this match live from Nyayo National Stadium. Edna to the right, looking for Lindwe Atieno. Again, the ball goes out for a throw-in as another Cameroonian player goes down on the floor. This time round, it's none other than Agogo. Well, it is understood, Karumba, because the Kenyan Junior Starlets have really come in at a very, very pulsating pace in the second half, and definitely will expect that with the temperatures differing in Yaoundé, Cameroon, and the temperatures here in Kenya, where we had some few showers in the afternoon just before the game started, do you think it could be affecting the Cameroonian players?
Yeah, I think Coach Cheche talked about intensity at halftime. And going by history, knowing Kenyans don't tire when it comes to running, then Cameroonians must be having a long afternoon trying to chase after Kenyans.
Well, the coach, Joseph Ndoko, being warned by the center referee, Nausiko Victoria Shangula from Namibia, almost sending the coach to the terraces, and she has actually given a warning. I can see her producing a yellow card and says, "You are on the radar. Any more speeches on the touchline, we shall definitely send you home." Again, there was a bang in that midfield that has proven to be a battle of the young lads here, with all of them giving all that they can in these World Cup qualifiers. That's actually Njangu Atuoba, who is flying her trade as a natural center midfielder alongside Zoo, donning jersey number 8. Wendy Nje. The long punt cleared. Again, not very far away from the Harambe Junior Starlets area, and they pick a goal kick from that shot from about 35 yards. Well, they are almost in tears here. They know that time is of essence, and the more they keep on pushing, the more likelihood it is that they are definitely going to run away with this win. But they say it's far from over until it's over, as they try to launch an attack on the left-hand side through their prolific goal scorer Tiwa Melong Lees. And the ball is punted out as the Cameroonians get another opportunity to move forward. Ngasa, the diminutive left back. Long punt, back to Ngasa, trying to play the ball through the midfield. A shot from a distance that really did not hit the target, as the Kenyan Starlets get an opportunity again to try and mount an attack as we approach the 70th minute mark.
Yes, they say these are the most crucial minutes. And as you can see, there was no conviction in that shot, really. She just wanted to kick the ball away from herself.
Outstanding football by Wenjin Day, the centre back on the Cameroonian side. Again, still pushing forward. The deadly striker denied this time by Elizabeth Ochaka. Again, onto the right-hand side. Easy pick for goalkeeper Belma Abuire. Long punt, Wendinje. Followed closely by jersey number 4, Genevieve Michel, a girl from Nyakach. To the right. Again, patience, patiently trying to drive through this very tight defense. Patience still on the ball. Patience back to Genevieve. Patience with a cross. Intercepted quickly by Ngali Mbinda. Still not very far away from the danger zone. Patience still battling it out. Again denied. Long punt forward. Received into the midfield by Zua. Zua into the path of Tiwa Melong. Melong trying to find the crime partner, Tanzu Wange. Tanzu, but there was too much power behind the ball and goes out for a throw-in. Okumu. Halima. Patience with a little dummy. Ooh. Edna. Again, Genevieve. Long punt. Looking for Johan. Still not very far from action here. Again, quickly intercepted. Big punt by Okumo. And looking for the girl on the right-hand side, Edna Nashipondi, but the ball goes out for a throw-in. This young girl has really been outstanding as a left back. I'll call her a wing back. This is Okumo playing a trade on the left-hand side of the Kenyan attack.
Yes, I am calling her the roving wing back because she has been up and down the left flank and she has been producing all manner of good crosses going forward. And now they are a bit more useful now that Patience Asiko has joined the fray. So I think we are going to see better going forward in the last few minutes of this game.
Tiwa tries to go past Okumo, but she remains very, very solid as she punts the ball forward into the path of the diminutive Joan Ochola. Ogola losing it out, and this time there is a throw-in for the Cameroonians. 72 minutes gone so far, Kirumba. Your assessment so far?
Oh, the junior starlets showing reason why they really feel that they should not be down by a goal to nil. They are going forward, they are looking for chances, they are creating chances, only they have been unlucky in front of goal. They need to relax, they need to take their time to look and choose wisely, they need to shoot fast. They've had opportunities that they have not taken, but they should not be in a hurry to score the goal because sometimes they're in such a hurry to release the ball, and that is why maybe most of the time they're not scoring the goal.
Gong with a throw-in, long punt, looking for one of the most dangerous players on that lineup. That is Tiwa Lise Fresher, forward who plays for Leaky Fields FC. Mildred Cheche, very, very furious. Goalkeeper Babu. She really knows how to play around with the time.
And I think that is the reason why Coach Cheche is livid with her, playing around with time and trying.
Mbachi, they play the ball back to goalkeeper Mabu, who punts the ball forward. Again, quickly intercepted into the midfield. The battle royale goes on. That was a quick pass from Lindsay Atieno. And one of the coaches, that is goalkeeper trainer, really not feeling well. Thinking that Lindsay should have made a better pass, Lindway Atieno. She actually came in the second half for Brenda Achieng, the scorer of the 2 goals against Uganda. We have 74 minutes gone. And on the left goes Joan Ogola. Joan Ogola with a cross. Again, good organization defensively by the team in white from Cameroon, the Baby Lionesses. Still Kenya putting pressure. Mbachi. Again, quick interception into the path of Jangu Atuba. Long punt forward. Intercepted by Elizabeth Ochaka. Into the path of Okumo. Denied. Long punt forward by Ngali Mbinda as the goalkeeper lets the ball roll out for a goal kick. Well, at the far end, you can see that they're still trying to find someone to bring in.
Yeah, but you can see the Cameroon Baby Lionesses defending for their lives here. They really don't want to concede. Even if they don't score again, they're really fighting not to concede.
Well, another punt forward. Halima. Oh, patience. Poor clearance picked by Lindsay Atieno from a shot from the distance. And it hits, it actually deflected on one of the defenders and goes out for a corner. Well, Kenya calling the shots here with the clock ticking with about 15 minutes remaining on the clock for the end of the second stanza. A corner kick has quite a number of players advanced, including Elizabeth Ochaka, the centre back. The header from the distance from Ochaka, but the precision was lacking as the Cameroonians again clear the lines, and Kenyans really on the front throttle here. On the right hand side, Genevieve Michel trying it from a long distance. I would call it a very, very speculative shot as the ball rolls out for a goal kick.
That was a shot that came in very ambitious, really. There was nobody to pass to. should have stayed with it and trying just to hold on to it until she got help. At the same time, these are the kinds of decisions sometimes that deny players the right to play for their country once in a while. Poor decision, that one.
Okumu looking for patience. Patience thrown to the ground by Wenje Nde. She has been solid at the back. Wenje Nde, one of the center backs on the Cameroonian Baby Lionesses, as Kenya gets another opportunity for a throw-in by Okumu. Midfield battle. Njangua Tuba plants the ball forward, intercepted again quickly for a throw-in for the Cameroonian side. As the Kenya national team, the junior starlets, try to bring in another player on jersey number 6. They're actually pulling out Joan Ochola, who has been outstanding, especially for the national team on the left-hand side of the attack. Just trying to rejig that attack and see whether they can be able to make an amendment. Well, still trying to find out who exactly came in for Joan Ochola as the Cameroonian step up. The tiki-taka brand of football that they played in the first half has really gone away, and they have now resorted to just kicking the ball haywire wherever it can be able to go. "78 minutes on the clock. About 12 more minutes remaining with jersey number 17 on the Cameroon side. That is Ngalim Binda will be paving the way for jersey number 21. Again, still the Kenyan national team pushing men forward, and the ball seems like it had gone out before Edna Nasipondi brought it back in. Well, Edna Nasipondi, who was playing her trade on the right-hand side, has now had moved into the center forward position. And again, there's some reorganization with Patience Asiko going in as the striker, and the young lady who has come in as jersey number 6 going in as the twin strikers at the top.
I think Cheche just decided to have 2 strikers at the end of this game to see whether at least she can get an equalizer.
Again, a run by Tiwa Melong. Tiwa Melong looking for crime partner Tanzu Ange. Not very far from action here. They're still prodding and asking questions that have remained unanswered by the junior starlets. As we enter into the 80th minute, with only 10 minutes remaining on the clock. You can see Joseph Ndoko right next to a screen at the lower end of the pitch on the screen, trying to push his charges forward as they try to mount another attack. Tanzu Ange denied by Elizabeth Ochaka, finds the ball forward. Again, goalkeeper, she has been outstanding. She has really been outstanding. Mabue has really been outstanding for the Baby Lionesses. She does know how to waste time. She is also very good on the build-up. Her technique is absolutely outstanding, and she has been the one standing in between the Cameroonian national team and the Harambee Starlets. Onto the left, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. Well, it was Lindwe Atieno trying to battle it out against one of a very formidable side, Wendy Nje, in that central defense line, but she could not win that battle.
Yes, that defense of the Baby Lionesses of Cameroon has been one department that they've really tightened in the second half, not allowing the Junior Starlets to penetrate. Try to take them from a distance here, the Junior Starlets, but it has not been possible until the 82nd minute of this one.
Well, if you're joining us, we are at the Nyayo National Stadium at the center of Nairobi for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers between the Kenya national team Junior Starlets versus the Cameroonian Baby Lionesses. As we get to the 82nd minute, the Cameroonians are leading by 1-0. A goal that was scored in the 25th minute by Tiwa Melong. Tiwa Melong, one of the crucial strikers in this team, plays for a team called Leaky Fields FC in Yaoundé, scored in the match against Egypt and netted 2 goals in a friendly against Eklia FC ahead of the Ethiopian clash. She has named and was named as the revelation of the year at the 2024 Cameroon Ballon d'Or Awards. Tiwa Lisi Fresh for those who speak French.
There was a battle for the Titans there. Pitting Jindian Agogwe with Edna Wasipondi. But again, the assistant referee says Wasipondi got a hold of Jindian Agogwe with jersey number 3 to earn Cameroon a free kick. But again, we remember the shot that came in, almost going in for the Junior Starlets. The goalkeeper was very well beaten for the second time there. The crossbar saves the day for Jessica Mabu, the goalkeeper with a lot of theatrics in this encounter. Really fighting for the team to remain at least a goal up. But the Kenyans again are some players who are showing a never give up spirit. Still 84 minutes gone on the clock. 6 remain together with the add-ons.
Big punt forward. Still Cameroonians still pushing with the recent history in the qualifiers being marked by disappointments, because after the COVID-19 pandemic led to the cancellation of the 2020 edition in India, they failed to qualify for both the 2022 and 2024 tournaments, suffering surprise eliminations to Tanzania and Uganda respectively, even as Kenya earned themselves a corner kick. None other than the diminutive jersey number 8, Lindwe Atieno, going in to try and bring in a corner kick as more Kenyans get into that 18-yard box. Lindwe Atieno, the big fan forward, goalkeeper comes out, goalkeeper picks it. Oh, Babu has really been outstanding in that goal for Cameroon.
Oh yes, she's sticking to instructions and she looks very experienced. She's taking her time. As the corner comes in, she gets into the center of 3 Kenyans there and grabs the ball from the air. Very good goalkeeping coming in from Jessica Mabu.
The battle continues as the Cameroonians pick one in the midfield. One of the established journalists in Africa, Dewa, described East Africa as a hot market for female football talent, noting that recent performances across the continent reflect the region's growth in the women's football. Before, they say that women's teams are emerging all over Africa, with Morocco in the north, South Africa and Zambia in the south, Equatorial Guinea and of course Cameroon in Central Africa, and of course Ghana and Nigeria in the west. And the east, it's not just the junior and the Harambee Starlets teams like Tanzania, Simba Queens, are also excelling at club level. And that's just one of the some of the sentiments by one Dewa, a journalist from the Central African Republic.
He's definitely on point because there's a pandemic of female football talent coming in from East Africa. That's very, very true. We have seen the junior starlets get into the World Cup for the very first time coming from Kenya. That is a testimony.
Again, across on the right-hand side by Edna Nasipondi. Again, too close to goalkeeper Mabu as she takes her time off the floor with only 3 minutes remaining on the clock.
That cross was not aimed at Mabu really. It was coming to Patience, but at least Mabu was able to read it well, come out and get it away from danger. Very good goalkeeping coming in from Jessica Mabu.
Again, center midfield, Imbachi denied, big man forward, looking for the danger man. As she runs in there, goalkeeper comes out, goalkeeper picks it, drops it up, and again, the danger person lacking in there. The top scorer so far, Tawi Melong Mills, just lacking in there.
Yeah, I think this team is getting out of the Kenyan players because Tiwa Melong was quite a distance away from the Kenyan defenders, Elizabeth Ochaka and Lauren Lovonga, but still she was able to get to the goalkeeper and the ball.
Genevieve into the midfield and trying to look for Edna Nashipondi. Nashipondi clearly in an offside position. Well, Cameroon holding strong with only 1 minute remaining on the clock. Again, making another substitution. They are withdrawing the jersey number 11. Actually bringing in jersey 14, Dule, who has been quiet, and introducing jersey 22. On the right, Genevieve Michelle Nyakach represented as the Cameroons try to knit passes in the midfield. Kenya still standing very, very strong with a strong performance from patient Asiko. Again, good liver, good shot! Oh. Again, the 5th time that the junior starlets have failed to break the jinx here. Golden opportunities falling in their way, but again, that golden opportunity just being failed to put into the back of the net.
Beats two defenders and takes a shot really. The direction lacking, the technique, the quickness, everything on point. Only Kenya junior starlets have not been lucky this afternoon.
Again, mounting another attack. It is a foul about 35 yards away from the goalkeeper. One Kenyan player goes down, and that is Lindway Atieno. Since the introduction of Lindway Atieno, there's been some life in that attack for the junior starlets as we get into the 90th minute mark. Well, at the bottom of our screen, Idred Cheche trying to push her charges forward as they get an opportunity that will be taken by Patience Asiko. Patience. The shot by Asiko, looking for the upper 90, but the ball goes haywire and Kenya lose another golden opportunity to break the jinx here. 90 minutes gone, 91 minutes. I'm not sure how many more minutes will be added, maybe 2 or 3 minutes what is your final assessment of this game?
Yeah, we have not had very many stoppages in this game, so I don't expect more than 3 minutes of stoppage here. Already we have eaten into 1 minute. The second half has really been a Kenyan affair going forward, but the Cameroon Baby Lioness and their coach have had their game plan working so far. Good defensive display in the second half, maintaining a 1-0 lead. Not much work for Velma Abuire of Kenya.
Well, they get a very, very crucial set piece, again being taken by Lindway Atieno. Lindway from the same distance, 35 yards away from goalkeeper Mabu. Lindway with the punt forward, goalkeeper comes in, picks it up, drops it, and picks it up again as we enter into the first minute of the extra minutes that have been added, 5 minutes added time. We have already eaten 2 minutes of the 5, remaining with 3.
Yeah, that was a very intentional bounce there by goalkeeper Jessica Mabu, trying to enjoy herself in the center of those posts. Not much work has been done in the second half by Velma Abwire. She has really not seen a lot of attacks here. The Ulinzi Starlets goalkeeper.
Again, the goalkeeper just knowing that the clock is on their side.
Oh yes, it's becoming comical.
I would say that she has been the lady of the match, thwarting 5 dangerous attacks by the Kenya Junior Starlets as we head into the final 2 minutes of these FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers being played right here at the Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi. They pick up a crucial one, Tanzu Ange. Ange still in possession of the ball. Ange battling it out with Okumu on the left-hand side. Ange, again, Okumu comes in and throws the ball out for a throw-in. It's actually Elizabeth Ochaka. They're attacking their time. 1.5 minutes remaining. Cameroon leading by 1-0. Can Kenya get one back, or will the baby lionesses add another one as a throw comes in from Tiwa Melong? Controlled, shot from a distance, really did not hit the mark. A good shot from Tiwa Melong, that really did not hit the mark as the goalkeeper Velma Abwire tries to speed up matters here with only 1 minute remaining on the clock. Into the midfield. Good control, looking for patience, good tackle. The ball goes out, it's a throw-in again for the Cameroonians as we head into the final few seconds of this match with a golden shot from a distance from the lady who just came in, but really did not hit the mark. Again, intercepted by Elizabeth Ochaka. Ochaka plays the ball forward, intercepted in the midfield. Again, from a distance, a shot. Blocked again by the diminutive Bakari Mwanakombo. Again, good run on the right by Edna Nasbundi. Edna, quick interchange of passes, denied, goal back to the goalkeeper, and all eyes on the center referee as Nausiku Victoria Shambulia from Namibia brings this game to a close. Well, it's been a battle without doubt. It's been a battle for the Under-17 qualifiers. The Kenyan young girls have given their all in this one. They had 5 glorious opportunities in the second half. They did manage to put it back, to put the balls in, but only one chance from none other than the top scorer in the Cameroonian side, Tiwa Melong Lings, who plies a trade with Lekki Girls in Yaoundé. And the revelation of the year 2024 Cameroon Ballon d'Or Award is the difference between the Kenyan side, who are donning in red, and the Cameroonian side that were donning white. Well, there's going to be a return match definitely in Yaoundé on the 25th of April in the return leg that is expected to be more pulsating than what we've seen today, with Kenya having 6-7 glorious goal scoring opportunities but failing to put one. And as we enter the full-time break, Cameroon have beaten Kenya by 1-0.
Unaondokea hivyo kabisa.
game today. What are your overall thoughts about the match today?
I have to take it. Oh, okay. Voilà, je vais parler en français parce que je me sens mieux quand je me sens en français. Je parle en français. Écoutez, je veux d'abord saluer le public kenyan. Vraiment, félicitations. Ce que je viens de voir là, pour les catégories inférieures, dans d'autres pays, on ne voit pas ça. Félicitations pour le Kenya, d'abord pour le fait qu'ils ont soutenu leur équipe et encore tout le monde. Ça veut dire que le match a été très soutenu par le public. Mais maintenant, je pense que le Kenya nous a proposé quelque chose de très fort. Honnêtement, autant ils pouvaient aussi mériter la victoire que nous. Et il y a eu, comme on le dit, c'est souvent sur les détails que des fois la différence se fait. La différence s'est faite aujourd'hui au niveau des détails. Le détail était là. Peut-être qu'à la finition, on a été présent. Et la pression que la valeur du jeu à domicile nous a proposé là, vraiment c'est costaud. Et c'est la raison pour laquelle je dis merci à cette équipe du Kenya et au public aussi.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. The coach just appreciated the turnout, the Kenyan support. He says he's never witnessed such massive support for the younger categories. And like obviously it was a tough game as we all could see, but the difference was in the details. And as much as we won, Kenya could have won the game as well. So yeah, those are his thoughts.
We can open questioning for.
Congratulations, coach. My question is, in the second half, you struggled a lot with the intensity of our players, and we could see your players were falling down all the time and time wasting. So how difficult was it for your players in the second half, and in terms of containing our players, and did you expect that from our players?
Ça a été un problème mental. Et quand vous dites qu'il y a tous les joueurs qui tombaient, c'est pas parce qu'ils tombaient parce qu'ils voulaient, parce qu'on prenait, il y avait des fois des fautes, des contacts que, à un moment donné, vous avez géré le carton jaune parce que les pas nos amis. C'est les jeunes, la seule chose qu'on veut, on ne veut pas les faciliter. La seule chose qu'on veut, on protège les jeunes là qui grandissent en sifflant à chaque fois qu'il y a des contacts qui sont difficiles. C'est ça le truc. Je ne fuis pas l'intensité. Il y a encore une match de tour, on verra encore la même intensité, on verra ce qui va se passer. Mais ce que je veux dire ici, c'est que je suis très d'accord sur le fait que l'équipe kenyane a eu vraiment le vent en deuxième mi-temps, justement parce que sur les petits détails, on a souvent eu à les abandonner le ballon, à être surpris des fois par la pelouse quand ça glissait. Mais je dois avouer que s'il y a quelque chose que le niveau ne permet pas de dire, c'est de voir qu'on tombait parce qu'on avait ni physique, ni condition. C'était justement parce qu'il y avait le contact que les arbitres ont des fois négligé et qui ont des fois eu un impact sur la suite.
So the coach says that yes, in the second half, we could witness Cameroon had a tough time, you know, maybe due to certain details, once again, that were overlooked. But then we cannot claim that the aspect of physical contact was not existent. There was very much some faults that needed to be arbitrated, like the way the right way.
Coach, just two questions. The first one is, now that the first leg is over, and you've seen how Kenya, like you said in the second half, give you a hard time. So what are you going to do to make sure that you get the victory in the end? And secondly, your team your under 17 girls haven't had a good record against East African teams. Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania all gave you a hard time and beat you, but and we saw Kenya as well were the better team in the second half. So what is it about the East African teams that you've seen that you admire?
Je ne vais pas dévoiler, mais la manière avec laquelle on va devoir préparer la suite. Camper me, I'm still walking. Je crois que je vais commencer par la dernière question concernant les équipes africaines, surtout en catégorie comme vous l'avez si bien cité. Moi, je vous lance un appel de vous dire, les jeunes femmes, si ont envie de vivre quelque chose de fort, je pense que le champ va se jouer ici en août. Tout le monde sera au stade parce que c'est les hommes. Mais les femmes, si ont besoin de quelque chose, elles ont une émotion forte qu'elles ont envie d'exprimer. Et lorsque j'ai regardé la vidéo de l'Ouganda et autres, votre match contre l'Ouganda, je pense que les pays sont en train de progresser au fur et à mesure. Et ça implique les médias, ça implique l'entourage de manière claire. Ça implique l'environnement ambiant, si je peux le dire comme ça. Ça implique tout le monde pour venir mettre la main dans la pâte, tel que vous l'avez fait avec votre constitution en venant avec le public. Si toutes les équipes, toutes les nations mettent un peu de sérieux dans ce qui concerne les catégories inférieures, telles que Chantier d'Ivoire, Ouganda, Tanzania, Macédoine, c'est en train de progresser. D'ici 5 ans ou plus, on pourra rivaliser avec les écoles de football en Europe et puis on pourra aussi partir à la Coupe du Monde, pas pour participer, mais aller faire quelque chose. La première question, disait quoi? Ah voilà, j'avais oublié. Qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Non. I don't know. I don't know. Now I don't know. I just... Je vais d'abord me reposer, après on va voir ça après. Là maintenant, là, je te dis, oh, non, c'est faux. Je finis à causer avec vous, on voyage. Les réalités du voyage, tout ce que cela comporte, vont nous dire quelque chose. C'est vendredi, c'est pas loin, dans 5 jours. Et ça va dépendre de comment est-ce que je vais m'arranger pour qu'on puisse récupérer du voyage. Mais écoutez, la fédération kenyane a été intelligente en repoussant le match le 20. Vous faites un voyage pour venir jouer. Nous, on fait 2 voyages pour jouer des matchs. Vous en faites un. Ça, je suis au courant. Et là, on va se préparer par rapport à ça, on verra.
Well, basically, moving forward, we cannot tell as of now what is going to be different in response to your question, that a lot of factors will come into place, and on that day, we will all discover what tactical changes or what have you are going to be made.
Yeah, my question goes to the player. Is this the hardest team you have ever faced in your short career? And because they were better than you in every aspect.
Okay, first of all, good evening to every one of you. Saying Kenya is the most difficult team we have ever met in our career, I don't think I'll say that. But I will not also say that it is a simple team. We have met more difficult teams than that during our preparations of matches, so I can't be with your opinion.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next. Anakuja.
Walikuwa meziwa mbili, moja Q, moja A. So hii ati kuchukua
Inakaa baya lakini
Makama kivie. Hapa kuna vumbi.
Many options because of her height. So most of the balls that were being kicked, she couldn't get them. So we had to get one midfielder in so that Lindy can be able to play with our wingers and also to be able to utilize the spaces in between.
Coach, tough match today. You were unfortunate. We had 2 chances that hit the crossbar and other chances that did not go in. And I can say that this is the first time you're finding yourself in this situation. You have to come from behind because the other previous occasion we always ahead. Yeah. So what is going to be different this time when we go to Cameroon that we can say that you'll come back with a result that will make us all happy? Thank you.
We are playing away. It will be a very tough match, but we have everything to play for. They have everything to lose, and for us, we are going all out. So our players, mentally, they are tougher. You could see in the second half how they performed. So away, it's not going to be easy for Cameroon. They should expect a very tough team.
Coach, when you talk about expecting a very tough match when you play away against Cameroon, is the first time we are conceding since you took charge of the under-17 team. The 7th match is the first time you are conceding a very painful away goal. How maybe should we expect you to differently set up in Cameroon to ensure that we overturn the deficit and secure as many away goals as possible to see us through?
The first thing we have to ensure that they don't dominate. We make sure that we dominate the same way we've done in second half. So we just have to ensure that they don't play. Even if they're at home, for us we will ensure that they don't play at all.
Well, Coach, I'll start by congratulating you. I think narrow loss, not a bad result. And when you look at us, second half, pressed on. But do you think that the Cameroon team wasting time also lowered your momentum at any particular moment? Because every time they went down, the girls also slowed down.
Yes, it did. There's a time they wasted like 5 minutes, and then the referee took a lot of time in taking them out. But it's part of the game. When you're leading, it happens on the match. So we have to be careful in fouling because they'll be going down easily. So we minimize our fouls and make sure that we utilize any chance we get, we score, they won't go down again or waste time.
Coach, from me, I think you played a good game, first of all. Now, psychologically, how are you going to prepare the girls? Because it's not a normal day for them because we know they've always conquered Africa. Now, going to West Africa, you know, it's not a good hunting ground. Psychologically, how are you going to prepare the girls for this assignment in the next few days?
Psychologically, we have to instill a lot of mental toughness, a lot of fighting spirit. They already have it, but we have to enhance in our speed, utilize our strength. Whatever we have as a strength, we need to maximize our strength and also try and score an early goal to bring us to the game.
Okay, Coach, maybe one last question from me. When you look at our national teams, the senior women national team, that is Harambee Starlets, has conceded goals from set pieces in the last 2 matches. Today we conceded from a set piece, that is a corner. Do you think maybe, or how are you going to work out in the training ground to ensure that maybe in the subsequent matches we don't see such an occurrence?
For set pieces, it's always 50-50 because if your defenders don't go up and the opponents go up before your defenders, it's always a goal. So the timing, it will be important for us to ensure that when there's a set piece, we are the ones who win the first balls.
Coach, there's one thing we noticed during the game. Actually, before this game, you had said that at this level, it takes a lot of discipline for players to stick to tactical plans. Yeah. Now during the games, we witnessed instances where our players were slow to release the ball, to make the right pass, and they were dribbling until they lose the ball. So I think the first question, which will go to you, is how do you plan to change that? And then, of course, I also have a question for the player, Halima. Good game. You really tried hard. From you, just like to know how was the game for you and how is it for you going forward?
For most of the players, they've never been in this situation whereby we're trailing. So some of them were surprised and a lot of pressure. So going into the second leg, we have a lot to do. We have a lot of things to change and also things to encourage, because most of them, there are few things that we have to change. So yes, we are going to work on that.
Today the game was good. I can say that the bad things that we did not get positive results, but I know that coach has taken the correction. We are going to correct in the training.
Now that this are you confident that a player have for yourself and are you confident you can go to your room and turn around the situation
Yeah, when you go to Cameroon, you are going to go with positive mentality to know that you are down and you are going with our heads up so that you can get good results when you come home, because we need to go to the World Cup again. Cameroon team is a strong team. They are physical, but me, I believe that in the team we don't look at the physical body, but the football we play in mind. So me, I just believe that you are going to correct all the mistakes so that you can change the results.
what does it mean to you
It's not easy, because when you are a captain, you must lead as an example in every part you do, in everything. When coach needs you, you must be there. When players needs you, so everything your head must be up.
Thank you.